Hey, what is up guys? Welcome back to game number 3, the final installment of this. I love when games go to 3. So first turn I'm going to be going for that Abyssius, discarding that Atlantean Marksman. Let's see what he actually searches out. More than likely it'll be like a Pike, or if he's got a bad hand he might just go for a Lind, or if he really wants to go for like a really safe play you can go Lind. If you happen to have heavy infantry, and that way you can go Lind into Pike, pop something else. It's just a lot safer. You can't exactly get punished for it nearly as much as you could if you just normal summon. But let's go ahead and see what he goes for. I like how he's like luck and the other guy says skill. I mean, pretty much what it comes down to is, let's be honest guys, he had a really insane first turn. I mean, a first turn, a warning, a rabbit, and a macrocosmos is just, that's asking for heart of the cards. That's straight up from like the TV show heart of the card status. But let's go ahead and see what he actually searches out with this. I guess he can't find that one card. He's gonna go for the Lind, and if you happen to have a bad hand, Abyssius into Lind is usually what you go for, and more than likely that is the card that he's actually going to set, and I don't blame him for putting this card in defense mode this time. But previously I think he could have put the Abyssius into attack mode, because even if he like lost his card to Mirror Force, oh my gosh, he opens up with Rabbit. Yeah, even if he got his card Mirror Force, he still had Lind. That I think it was that was in game 1. But anyways, that first turn into okay, Rabbit, he's got an answer for Rabbit perhaps. Let's see if he has a response to Rabbit. He goes hello, but let's see what he has as a response to this, because I'm trying to think what you would side deck against Evilswarms that could be active like this. I know that there are people that play, is it Rivalry of Warlords, I think it is? Or is it goes in as, whatever one affects the what is it? The type of the monster, like this is Aqua. Like I've seen players do that, because these are all over the place, although these ones are both rocks. Anyways, let's go ahead and see what Mr. Disturbed Angel's gonna bring out. Is it going to be Ophion though? Because it's going to be, oh my gosh, this card is so good. It is too good. He's going to summon it, and he's going to ask if that's okay. But I don't even know if that's going to be that insane against him. I mean, sure, it'll give him definitely some free advantage. It was 1 card to get rid of technically 3. He says he's asking if the summon's okay. Now he's going to go ahead and activate Pandemic on it, and that is technically an Evilswarm monster. He says okay on summon. So he's asking if that's okay, or if he's activating that Infestation Pandemic on his summon, perhaps. No, he's saying after the summon, and he says okay. So that basically gets rid of a potential torrential that could have been there. So he's going to go ahead and activate, and a Fiendish Chain is activated in response. But okay. Oh, okay. I was like, wait, does this somehow stop it? And he's like, own. Anyways, he's going to go ahead and activate that card's effect, and Heavy Infantry is going to be able to pop this card over here. So our Mermail play at significant disadvantage right now, definitely, but he's able to get over the Exiton Knight, so that's definitely good for the Mermail player. But remember guys, our player that's playing Mermails, he can definitely search out a Undyne, so even if he has to deal with a Ophion in the future, he still has an option, and that's what he's going to go for. But the thing is, I mean, our player in the red technically lost another card, because he used another one of those Infestation Pandemics. I'm trying to think if I would side one of those out. I'm not sure how many he's playing. I mean, personally for me, when I played Evilswarms, I loved playing 3 of those. But against Mermails that don't really run that many traps that are going to be like live against you, I would say, and even if they do, it's usually Fiendish Chain, which basically prevents it from 1 turn, which can help, but eventually, since they've already hit it, so it's continuous, it stays there. But let's go ahead and see what he actually does, or even Breakthrough Skill. That would be another card that you could use. And he's going to go ahead and go on the offensive side with that Lind and that Pike. Let's see if our player happens to have a D-Prison. D-Prison, I would say, is another popular card that people side deck against Mermail sometimes, simply because getting rid of this card sometimes is so good, because this card is annoying. I mean, this card can bring out basically anything it opens up, as you guys have seen many times, just Lind into Pike into pop. So he's going to go ahead and get that effect, and he says okay. So he's going to go ahead and, oh, that's really good. That's good. You can ban. I mean, I knew it was an Evilswarm before, but I never thought of that. You just banish that and then you'll be good to go. So he'll probably try to attack over both the monsters, or he might just go ahead and make a Dweller as soon as possible. But Oh, he's just gonna go ahead, and at this point, if we see a torrential, I mean, and the other guy doesn't have something to protect his monster with, I mean, Linda obviously still gets her effect, but that'd be pretty good. But again, an infestation pandemic for a player in the red would actually just make it so that player would lose. But he says okay. So let's see what he actually makes, because I'm actually kind of curious myself to see what he actually goes for. He's just going to go for the attack first. Okay, that makes sense. Will we see anything to stop this, though? That's the question. Doesn't look like it. Okay. Because I really don't see why he didn't XYZ right there. Because you know Lynn's going to bring out something that you can't get over. I mean, there's no reason why he would go Lynn into, like, Pike and not be able to pop anything. We already know that the card... Oh, he's going to negate that. Oh, okay. Now I see why he summoned it. Okay, makes sense. Why that he did not XYZ, because it's technically more damage. Alright, so our player still has a Undyne, though. So remember that, guys. So let's see what he makes. Because I wouldn't go for Ophion. I don't think Ophion is the right card right now. I think the right card would be more of a Dweller, honestly. Dweller, okay, that is what he's going to make. So good move from a player in the red, so. See, Asian Eyes knows more about Yu-Gi-Oh! Sometimes when he's actually, like, watching something meta. For the most part, usually when I build these obscure decks and you guys call me out on my misplays, hey, I don't mind it. It's definitely good. It keeps me in check. But sometimes it's just like, most of the time it's like my first time trying out the deck, and sometimes, you know, I don't read every single little card detail, and I mean, it happens to everyone that plays this game. But let's see what a player does, because I mean, he knows it's going to get, he's already activated Dweller, so I mean, he could still set his card, but I don't know if that's the best idea. If he does set the Undyne, it probably will force the guy to activate Dweller, regardless of, you know, what the face down is, because he can't risk running into a Lind. What is the point of using Dweller like that? I think that is a very valid way to use Dweller, though, because, well, actually, I think the player in the blue is actually correct here, because I'm trying to think if there's anything that can be discarded immediately. Why not? I'm winning next turn. Player of the red getting a little cocky here, but I love the trash talk in Yu-Gi-Oh! That's one reason why I love Dueling Network more than DevPro, is the trash talking is so much better in it. In DevPro, you got this little small window and you can't scroll up and read, but I love reading the chat. Let's go ahead and read the chat. Exodia obliterate. Sunbird beats Exodia. I love the chat. Let's go ahead and see what he actually sends to the graveyard. I mean, he might be, if he can survive, I mean, I wouldn't mind throwing something like a, what is that card called? Title. I wouldn't mind throwing a title in there. He's, ooh, that was not seen. I did not expect to see this. That's something that I have not seen someone play in a while. Fairsburg Arch is basically used to, bring out, well, I mean, it's obviously, it's really easy to just Black Rose with it. But he's going to go ahead and vanish. This is a once per turn. I thought it was, hold on. Oh, yeah, once per turn. Okay, I gotcha. That's a pretty good effect, you know. That card staying on the field. I could have sworn this is when this card is normal summon. It's actually, if it was, you can normal summon, it's just, no. You can use each effect. I mean, either way, I mean, our player in the blue, unless he has, I don't know what he's gonna need. I don't really know how he's gonna come back from this, though. I'm trying to think of any way he could possibly come back from this, and it's not looking too good for him. I mean, we already know one of the cards is Pandemic, so one of the cards is more than likely going to be not viable. But, I mean, I'm trying to think. And it's going to be hard. Maybe like an Aqua Spirit plus a Pike. That could definitely help out that, because that could get around Dweller too. I mean, if he's able to go for 101, steal the Ophion, and then attack over this, maybe he might have a chance. That's all I can think of. But player in the red going to be activating that Dweller immediately. If you guys are wondering why is he activating it immediately, some cards are discarded as a cost, and therefore, like, it's fine. And then Dweller would be a sad panda. But it says during draw phase. Okay, so player in the blue. It's not looking too good for him. I'm still trying to think of a way he can come back from this. But if he happens to have a Lind, he can maybe come back from this. It might be possible. It just might be possible. But other than that, it's hard. Okay, so he's gonna set one. Player in the blue asking for a draw offer, and the player, oh, he revoked his draw offer immediately. He's like, no, I take it back. I take it back. All right, he's gonna attack that face down. Is it Lind though? That is like the only card I can think of. Oh, it's a controller, and he's gonna go ahead and attack for game unless we see a negate attack or a sphere. Are we gonna see a sphere? Because that could still be a thing. Do man out, okay. I think if he had sphere, he probably would have activated it, and then, wait, did he set both these as sphere? Well, I mean, if he had the option to go for a black rose, I would have thought black rose would have been a great option, but it probably wasn't a viable option for him. But anyways, I really felt like the Mermail player really had that. I really felt like he had that game 1 really convincingly, I would say. But then in game 2, he honestly got sacked, and that opening up with Rabbit, oh my gosh. Rabbit macro and him having warning first turn, like, those are all at 1. There's going back to that idea that I had where if the card was at 1, it didn't fix the problem if you open up with it. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Asian Ice out.